In a city known more for its sun-scorched skies than storm sirens, Yuma, Arizona, found itself at the mercy of nature's fury this week. A powerful storm system swept across the southwestern desert, unleashing torrential rain, fierce winds, and widespread disruption in what meteorologists are calling one of the most intense weather events to strike the region in recent memory. The deluge proved too much for Yuma's aging infrastructure. Nearly 1,500 homes and businesses lost power as electrical grids buckled under the strain. The hardest hit areas included neighborhoods between 12th Street and 24th Street, and from 3rd Avenue to Interstate 8, where transformers sparked and utility poles snapped like matchsticks. Arizona Public Service, APS, crews worked through the night, navigating flooded roads and downed lines to restore electricity. By Tuesday afternoon, most outages had been resolved, but the scars remained: waterlogged homes, shattered windows, and a lingering sense of vulnerability. Local roads became treacherous as flash floods surged through low-lying intersections. Emergency services responded to dozens of calls for stranded vehicles, including a school bus trapped near County 6 and a half street. Fortunately, all passengers were rescued without injury. Drivers faced near-zero visibility as a haboob, a massive dust storm, rolled in from the east, compounding the chaos. The wall of dust, captured in haunting footage by residents, dwarfed the surrounding mountains and cast an eerie sepia tone over the city. For many residents, the storm was more than a meteorological anomaly. It was a wake-up call. "We've lived here for 20 years and never seen anything like this," said Maria Gutierrez, whose home near South 12 East was inundated with mud and debris. It felt like the desert was fighting back. Local shelters opened their doors to displaced families, while volunteers distributed bottled water, blankets, and flashlights. The Yuma Food Bank reported a surge in demand as refrigerated goods spoiled during the outages and supply chains faltered. Ironically, the storm brought a temporary reprieve from Yuma's blistering summer heat. Temperatures dipped to near or below normal, hovering around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, offering a brief moment of comfort amid the chaos. But meteorologists warn that this cooling trend is fleeting. By Friday, drying conditions are expected to eliminate rain chances, and temperatures will rebound to their usual triple-digit highs. The moisture, while welcome, may also fuel increased humidity, an uncomfortable shift for a region accustomed to dry heat. Beyond the immediate damage, the storm laid bare Yuma's systemic vulnerabilities. Urban planners have long warned that the city's rapid expansion has outpaced its drainage infrastructure.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
Many newer developments lack adequate flood mitigation, relying on outdated retention basins and culverts ill-equipped for extreme weather. Climate scientists point to a broader trend: the intensification of desert storms due to shifting atmospheric patterns. "We're seeing more moisture-laden systems reaching the southwest," said Dr. Elena Ramirez, a climatologist at Arizona State University. "It's a paradox: drier regions experiencing wetter extremes." The National Weather Service has not ruled out additional thunderstorms in the coming days, with isolated showers expected through Saturday. While the worst may be over, the atmosphere remains unstable, and residents are urged to stay alert. Flood watches remain in effect for much of southwest Arizona and southeast California, including Imperial County, which also suffered outages and road closures during the storm.
It's kind of cold out here, so...
Videos circulating on social media show the surreal transformation of Yuma's landscape. Palm trees bending under gale-force winds, lightning illuminating the desert sky, and children splashing through puddles where sand once rained. One clip, viewed over 100,000 times, shows a lone coyote navigating a flooded street, an emblem of resilience in a city caught off guard. As Yuma dries out and power returns, the community faces a reckoning. How can a desert city prepare for storms that defy its climate identity? Local officials are already discussing upgrades to drainage systems, emergency response protocols, and public awareness campaigns. Mayor Douglas Nichols addressed the city in a press conference Wednesday. This storm tested us. It reminded us that even in the desert, we are not immune to nature's extremes. But it also showed our strength, our unity, and our resolve to build a safer, more resilient Yuma. In the end, the storm was not just a meteorological event. It was a narrative of disruption, adaptation, and hope. It reminded Yuma that even the driest places can drown, and that resilience is not just about enduring the storm, but learning from it. In a region where the sun reigns supreme and rainfall is often a whisper, Maricopa County was jolted into chaos this week by a ferocious monsoon storm that tore through the Phoenix metropolitan area and surrounding communities. The storm, marked by blinding dust walls, torrential rain, and relentless lightning, left behind a trail of flooded streets, power outages, and shaken residents. The event began brewing on the afternoon of September 3rd, when a surge of moisture from the Gulf of California collided with a stalled low-pressure system over southern Arizona. By evening, the National Weather Service had issued a barrage of warnings: severe thunderstorm alerts, dust storm advisories, and flash flood watches covering Maricopa and neighboring Pinal counties. At 8:07 p.m., Doppler radar detected a severe thunderstorm over Bapshul, moving slowly northward. Within minutes, the storm intensified, spawning a massive haboob, a towering wall of dust that swept across Chandler, Gilbert, and Tempe. Visibility dropped to near zero, and wind gusts surged past 60 miles per hour, uprooting trees and sending debris flying across highways. As the storm matured, lightning strikes lit up the desert sky in a relentless display. Electrical District Number 3 reported widespread outages across Maricopa, with nearly 700 homes losing power at the peak of the storm. Desert Sunrise High School was among the affected facilities, where air conditioning units failed and emergency systems required manual resets. By 11 p.m., most neighborhoods had regained electricity, but pockets near Stanfield and AK Chin Village remained dark until early morning. Crews worked through the night, navigating flooded roads and downed lines to restore service. Perhaps the most visually arresting element of the storm was the haboob, a phenomenon unique to the desert Southwest. At 8:14 p.m., a wall of dust was observed stretching from Santan Village Mall to South Mountain Park, moving northwest at 25 miles per hour. The dust cloud dwarfed the Maricopa County mountains, creating apocalyptic scenes captured in viral videos. Residents described the experience as surreal. "It was like the end of the world," said Tempe resident Jordan Alvarez. "One moment it was calm, and the next, everything went dark. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face." The National Weather Service warned of life-threatening travel conditions, urging motorists to follow the pull aside, stay alive protocol. Pull off the road, turn off lights, and wait for visibility to return. The storm's slow movement allowed rain to accumulate rapidly. Between 0.5 and 1 inch of rain fell across Phoenix, Maricopa, and Bapshul in less than an hour. Low-lying intersections flooded, and emergency services responded to dozens of calls for stranded vehicles. State Route 238 and Route 347 were particularly hard hit, with water pooling between mile markers 170 and 182. Interstate 10 saw multiple closures due to debris and poor visibility, while Loop 202 was blanketed in dust and rain. Despite the chaos, Maricopa County residents rallied. Shelters opened their doors to those displaced by flooding, and volunteers distributed water, masks, and flashlights. The Arizona Department of Environmental Quality issued an ozone high pollution advisory, warning that the mix of dust and storm conditions could exacerbate respiratory issues. Local officials praised the community's response. We saw neighbors helping neighbors, first responders working tirelessly, and residents staying calm under pressure, said Maricopa Mayor Nancy Smith. This storm tested us, but it also revealed our strength. The storm brought a temporary dip in temperatures, with highs falling below 100 degrees Fahrenheit for the first time in weeks. But meteorologists warn that the reprieve is short-lived. Dry conditions are expected to return by the weekend, and triple-digit heat will resume by Monday. The moisture, while welcome, may also fuel increased humidity, an uncomfortable shift for a region accustomed to dry heat. Urban planners have long warned that Maricopa County's rapid growth has outpaced its stormwater infrastructure. Many newer developments lack adequate drainage systems, relying on outdated retention basins and culverts. This storm exposed the cracks in our preparedness, said Dr. Aaron Saffel, Arizona's state climatologist. Until we invest in resilient infrastructure, these events will continue to disrupt lives. Climate scientists also point to broader trends. The intensification of monsoon storms in the southwest is linked to shifting atmospheric patterns and prolonged droughts that leave soil dry and dust-prone. The National Weather Service has not ruled out additional thunderstorms in the coming days. A flood watch remains in effect for much of Maricopa and Pinal counties, with forecasters warning of slow-moving cells capable of producing heavy rain. Residents are urged to monitor forecasts and prepare for sudden changes. These storms can develop quickly, said NWS meteorologist Brian Jackson. It's crucial to stay informed and act fast. Social media was flooded with images and videos of the storm's wrath. One clip, viewed over 200,000 times, shows a wall of dust swallowing downtown Phoenix, while another captures lightning striking South Mountain in a blinding flash. The footage has sparked conversations about climate resilience and urban planning. "This isn't just weather," tweeted one user. "It's a warning."
The streets are flooded tonight. It took me 20 minutes to get home.